So while everybody else at the White House was urging Donald Trump to call off the rioters on January 6th, Melania Trump was unaware of what was going on? Let's talk about it in today's video. Hi, I'm Mike Greiner. I'm a lifelong Democratic activist who's concerned about the direction our country is taking. I'm also a lawyer and an academic, and I'm here to help you stand up to the BS of the MAGA crowd. So I must admit, I've got very ambiguous feelings about Melania Trump. On the one hand, my wife and I at times had kind of bought into the narrative that she was almost a prisoner of her situation. On the other hand, she seemed to relish her situation just a little too much, and in response to so many people criticizing her husband's administration, of course, she wore the famed Zara, "I really don't care, do you" jacket. Overall, though, it seems almost irrelevant to talk about her at all. I mean, from what I can tell, she didn't really contribute anything to the administration. Her big issue was that she was going to stop online bullying, which I guess she really could have done something by maybe stopping her husband from doing some of it, but, well, that's neither here nor there. For a long time, at the beginning of the administration, she didn't even move to Washington. The administration did trot her out at a couple of occasions, including to give a speech at the convention, which then it turns out was largely taken from a prior speech that Michelle Obama had given. So in some respects, it feels almost cheap talking about her. Although it seems hard to believe that on such a day as January 6th, with all the attention that the transfer of power at the government and the riots that were going on at the Capitol building were getting, I actually believe that Melania Trump might not have been aware of what was going on. So that being said, why is it relevant to do a video about this? Well, I'll tell you why. A little while ago, back when I was only writing on Medium, I wrote an article in which I talked about Michelle Obama and how incredibly impressive she was. And is. That impression was only reinforced when I recently watched the limited series on Showtime called The First Ladies, where she was one of the featured First Ladies, along with the equally impressive Betty Ford and Eleanor Roosevelt. In each case, these are women who really made a difference in their husband's administration, who helped define what the administration was about, and who actually pushed policy agendas that they cared about. What's more is in each case, I think the women had defined themselves with their impressive work both before, during, and after the administrations. I mean, to say that Michelle Obama is anything less than truly impressive and a credit to America just strikes me as absurd. I mean, she's somebody who came from a middle-class family in Chicago and essentially through her own hard work made it to Princeton for her undergraduate work and Harvard Law School, ending up at a large law firm upon graduation and actually for a period working as Barack Obama's boss. While it's true she might not particularly like politics the way that Barack clearly does, achieving social change has been a real priority in her life, especially from what I've come to understand, access to healthcare for all people. So imagine my surprise whereupon writing this article in which I praised Michelle Obama, I saw negative comments from people talking about how horrible she was and what an embarrassment she was as First Lady. Imagine my continuing surprise when many of these same people would go on to praise Melania Trump, who frankly, from what I can tell, was a relatively successful model, so you got to give her credit for that. But in terms of education level or personal accomplishments, I mean, it's pretty limited. Certainly as a spokesperson, she didn't have anything on the incredibly articulate Michelle Obama, as is demonstrated by the fact that she basically stole some of her speeches. So in some respects, what this comment just reminded me of was just how inconsequential Melania Trump was. She may or may not be a good mother to her son, I don't know, but that's really irrelevant to the public discourse, frankly, and really anything about her is irrelevant to the public discourse. But it's her incredible irrelevance that just makes it so clear to me what's driving the admiration some people have for her, while at the same time disdaining Michelle Obama. If anything, the question they're asking is the answer, which is that they have essentially revealed that what they really care about is the color of someone's skin, not the content of their character. I can assure you that when Michelle Obama was First Lady, and even thereafter, she certainly was aware of what would have been happening on January 6th. And what's more, she would have been urging Barack to respond appropriately. Melania's absence from the scene really is just par for the course. So to me, when people say that, oh, you liberals, you're always accusing us of being racists, I mean, I want to know how someone could criticize Michelle Obama and at the same time praise Melania Trump with respect to the image that they project of America, except for within the context of race. Because frankly, Michelle Obama is a better person in every way than Melania Trump. So people's position on this issue really reveals what they really care about. Well, it shouldn't be surprising that people's perspectives on Michelle Obama and Melania Trump are essentially driven by race. Because after all, more and more research keeps accumulating that shows that the distinguishing factor between supporters of the Democratic Party and supporters of the Republican Party at this point are their level of racial antagonism. If you want to find out more about how Republicans have essentially weaponized race in America, check out this video over here, where I talk about the Virginia governor's race, where the supposedly moderate Glenn Youngkin was using race as a way to try to win the election. I'll see you then. In the meantime, let's hope for continued progress. Thank you.